Okay.
So you can see I'm just scribbling on a pad here because that's what I do.
They can't
And then I do things like this. Smiley face. We were talking about just having like a blank sheet of paper here every single time, but then I realized that I actually do use my clipboard for stuff. I feel like you guys scooted away from me for some reason.
You're the
Am I in the right spot?
Yes, you're in the right spot.
Am I in the right spot? So
Yes.
this is
Here.
intentional. This distance was intentional.
Yes.
Yes.
It's to add depth. This pillow is its own character.
There we go. I like it.
Hello.
We began! Yay!
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching.
I pretty much figured that whenever we start, I start saying random, really weird things, then it began.
Which camera should we look at? We're all looking at different cameras.
Well, I'm looking at that one because what's the main one?
This is all three.
Yeah.
This is all three?
Yeah,
This
well,
one?
Yeah.
Hi, we're all three. Okay.
Ollie not in the center.
And then if I want to be dramatic, I'll go,
Not in the center. It really is not in the center.
it really isn't. No.
Well,
We're
there's a
filmmakers.
pillar in the center.
How's my profile like on that thing? Should I like try to be like this so that people don't see like the side of my nose all the
no,
time?
you're good.
We're good?
We have that camera close
I
up
like
on
the
you.
confidence that you say that with. You're good, man. You're good. It's all good.
Yes, you're gonna hear that a lot from me. Last set I was on with my sound mixer, he told me is like, that set I've never heard. It'll be all right. That many times in one day. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Should we do a count, like a tally? 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm imagining when we do this in post, you'll do the drawing on here. Can you do this, Kong? Yes, no? Anyway.
I was disassociating.
You were okay, perfect. Love it. I was also going to say we've increased our our portfolio of tools. We actually now have B-roll that we've purchased. Like we have access to a program, right? So now I'm expecting right here for Kong to put a whole bunch of dramatic footage of things.
Yes, we're going to see a bunch of mice just running around. Stock footage.
I was thinking like helicopter shots, maybe things exploding. Yes.
Sure, okay.
Please find some cool
Epic
stuff.
okay.
And then some funny weird things.
Yes.
That's good. So, let's see. I guess I can use this thing as a timer as well as a microphone. Yes? No?
No.
Do we decide to go with that bit?
Oh, no.
No? Okay.
Because Autumn's is different.
Oh, well,
Yeah, mine is different.
That's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay.
We're not that dumb.
Okay.
I've been trained in sound.
I'm going to use it as a clock right here. Hopefully it's not in the shot. Probably is in the shot. It's not in the shot.
doesn't
I don't know what
matter.
it's doing anymore,
Mine
guys.
is probably in the shot. It doesn't matter. Just
So
leave it.
Sato 48's happening.
Yes, in a few days.
And you guys aren't in it, but I'm in it. I help organize it. So Sato 48 is a 48-hour film challenge. And we had a meeting last night. We were talking about doing like a video game-based type thing.
Ooh.
See how that turns out. I was thinking about Mike Strain. He has some old like Mario Brothers block things. I was like, if I can get that from him, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I plan on shooting a lot of it. Like Mario Brothers, I'm going to do like slider, like left and right, just like a 2D sort of scroll feel. And then like get the camera up in the ceilings. I have drop ceilings here in the studio. Put a camera up there in the ceiling, then we can look straight down for like doing a snake thing. Or what was the other one? Pong. That's where I want to do the green screen thing. Suit. Have a ball that I could be going between the two people and have that Pong effect.
But not key yourself out. What's this
had
green
issues
man
with
doing
that.
here?
I was testing the green screen suit out yesterday, and it did not turn out like I thought it would. But as Kong rightly pointed out, there was a yellow wall behind me, so kind of my bad.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Yellow has a little green in it, in case y'all don't know.
Yes. Yeah. The primary colors are 1, 2, 3. Red, yellow, blue. Anyway.
Green is not a creative color.
It is not a creative color?
Mm-hmm.
Elaborate?
That's why Matrix is green.
Oh, you want me to elaborate?
Please.
Oh, no one knows this reference? I hope
don't
anyone
know.
watching
No.
this knows this reference. Green is not a creative color.
Now you gave it an accent.
It's
That's
from
good.
Don't
Harry
hug me,
Potter.
I'm scared.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like time
I feel
to
like there
be
should
creative.
be like a dun dun dun, or an epic fill, like
Yeah.
on Price is Right there.
Oh, don't hug me, I'm scared. Is that
Since we didn't know what she
freaky
was talking
puppet?
about.
Oh my
the
god.
puppet one.
I saw that years ago and I
Yes.
was like, what the hell
Yes.
is this?
Did you guys
Yes.
ever watch Strong Bad?
No.
This is probably before your time. This is in the 90s, like when the internet was first doing its thing.
No.
It was a guy he had this big bulbous head and he had a boxing gloves on, and he would do Strong Bad emails where he'd respond in really weird ways. But he had this thing called Trogdor. It was a part man, part dragon, and it burninated the countryside. It was...
No, I've never seen this before.
In edit, Kong's going to find some clips and show people, because it's on YouTube. You can find the little Trogdor thing. Trogdor, this whole song. Burninate in the countryside. Burninate in the village. No, okay. Let's go on to Heaven's Gate.
Yes, okay.
Please tell us, how did that go, Autumn?
So I found this 4-part docu-series about Heaven's Gate, which is this cult that started in the 70s, like 75, I think, up until 97. And basically, the whole premise of this cult is that we as humans are not, like, fully adept to this life.
Sure.
So, and our bodies are vehicles. And so in order to level up to a higher power, we have to ascend basically by aliens.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's just really interesting.
Are you going to start acting that way now?
No.
Are we going to have like a transitional moment right here?
No, well,
Autumn's
like
leaving.
the whole, like, you know, the whole idea of it is like in 97, like 20 members in order to ascend to that higher power and be, you know, abducted. They did a mass
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid situation.
I feel slightly bad for making the joke that I did, but...
Well, it's really interesting from, like, when they first started to, like, their end goal. Because it's like they weren't malicious in any way. It was just a bunch of, like-minded people who, you know, had the same idea, being like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it makes sense to believe in this higher power and ascend to that level.
It's interesting how things progress like that.
Yeah.
You just never know where things are going to end up. Because
So,
that could keep going and still be a fun thing, or it sounds like that did not end well.
no.
Unless there's still a part of that group going on. Sometimes groups splinter.
Well, there are some people alive today that were part of that group.
Okay.
And they left, like, a couple months before they decided to.
Do that, yeah. Did you ever watch Parks and... You guys watch Parks and Rec?
Yes.
Remember the group that would be in the park
Yes,
waiting
Zorb.
for the lizard? Zorb, yeah.
Zorb. Oh, yes.
When you first started talking about this, I was like, yeah, this is like Parks and Rec. This
Yes.
is
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they just played flutes in the park, which actually sounds kind of delightful, to be honest. And I totally respect Ron's ingenuity there of selling really expensive
Yes.
flutes.
I would totally do that.
I
I'll exploit
I
the
believe it.
idiots. Yeah, I'll exploit the idiots and get money off it, you know.
Well, it sounds like an interesting docuseries.
It is a very interesting docuseries, and it was shot very well. I found it really interesting, there were 2 directors of photography.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah.
So is that something that you want to have a film you want to do eventually, is docuseries type stuff?
No,
or is that just
no.
something you like
I
watching?
just I am very fascinated with Heaven's Gate. It's probably one of my most
Interesting.
fascinated, like, cults history. I before doing Serpent King, I did a lot of cult dive stuff. So
It is a fascinating study.
Yeah.
When you go down that road. Yeah. And this is why this is called Just About Anything, because we talk about literally anything. Cults,
Yes.
movies, 3 superhero movies that you also watched.
yes,
We have some short film ideas we're going to probably do here pretty soon, which I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit. We had talked about doing one where there's useless superpowers. Like
I like
interviews
that
with
one. Yeah.
That should be fun. And then Autumn had a good idea for interviewing these Starship robots.
Yeah, the
on
Starship
campus.
robots
But she
are-
didn't like my joke about being Starship's younger brother. But anyway.
Because only 4 people, including yourself and maybe 3 other people, are going to understand that.
You do realize, and this is actually on my list of things to talk about at SpaceX launch. They're about to launch the biggest rocket ever, SpaceX. The rocket's called Starship, the biggest launch ever in mankind's history.
Oh.
It has 33 engines on the booster. It has another 6 on the Starship itself, which is going to end up being 9. It can launch 167 tons to orbit, which currently the max is like 20. So it's a big deal.
Where are they going to go?
Space.
Well,
the final
we're in
frontier.
space. Well, we're in space.
So, that's an interesting question. And there's multiple answers to that. And I could really go on with this for a long time because, they initially it'll be low Earth orbit. So space stations, satellites, refueling stations, stuff of that nature. NASA's already contracted with SpaceX to do moon landers. So SpaceX will be taking the supplies for the moon bases that they're going to start building here in the next decade or so. They'll be taking those to the moon and landing them on the moon. meteor mining. That'll
Ooh.
probably be something that they may end up doing because they can haul a lot of equipment out there. So they just kind of go out to meteors. And I saw this fun video where it's like there's one meteor out there that has enough material on it that it like equals the Earth's global the GPN. Our whole entire net worth of the planet is in this one comet.
Whoa.
Yeah, no. So asteroid mining is going to be an interesting thing that starts happening. But the overall goal of SpaceX and Starship especially is to establish moon or colonies on Mars. So they're hoping to get something there by 2026, which is not that far away. So I'm kind of more excited for space stations because I feel like I could actually go there because Mars is like a 2.5 year round trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Anyway, yeah. Robot, big rocket ship. See, they all go together. It'll be great. So short films, we got a couple more that we're going to be doing too. I had actually made a SpaceX documentary when I was in Boca Chica a month ago. I shot enough stuff to do that with. I keep on meaning to put that together. And I have not.
That's really cool.
I feel like I've captured the conversation here. Kong, tell us
Yes.
about the wedding you're doing this Saturday.
Oh,
And it's not your wedding,
no, it's not my
but I
wedding.
remember you telling me about like it seemed like a pretty interesting cultural, like it was different from the standard American wedding.
Yeah, it's very different. It's a Hmong wedding.
Ooh.
It's my cousin's wedding, and I'm filming it. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do, because I film American weddings all the time, and it's very procedural.
You know
bride
what to
prep.
expect.
Yeah. But this one, I mean, I've been to enough weddings of my culture, but it's just we don't really know what to film because it's very like we're doing this, then we're gonna do this, and then how long until we get to hear it? Like we don't know, stuff. So
I found that not most other cultures, but when I lived in Southern California, I was around a lot of different cultures: Polynesian, Spanish, some Hmong, stuff of that nature. And it seems like the concept of time and schedule is different in every culture.
yeah,
Like America, it's very much you live by the clock. Like I'm going to be here and do this, and and it's annoying if you're like 10 minutes late, sort of thing in America.
yeah,
But you go to other cultures, and it's like, I'll be there an hour or two. They
Yeah.
show up 4 hours later, and it's like, okay, that's cool.
that's how Hmong culture is. There's something called Hmong time,
Yeah.
which is stupid. They're like, oh, get here at 12. That means get here at 1.
Just say get there at 1
And
then.
I've been hating that forever, especially growing up in America. Like when you do stuff, and then at this time in our age, like everyone is busy also now too.
Yeah.
So we don't have time to like just say, oh, we need us. Like we can't really schedule our timeouts.
Yeah.
So this one's gonna be more in that sense. Like it's gonna be very like strategized in the time that we leave. It's not gonna take all day because it usually takes like 8 hours
Jeez.
just to finish it, basically. Not even to finish it, to like finish the main part.
Yeah.
So this Saturday, the main part of the wedding is at the bride's parents' place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything happens there, all the cultural stuff. Like we eat there, we do whatever. There's a segment where like the groom and the best man, they have to bow for each member of the family. Like, they bow twice, like not
Yeah.
just like head bow. They go down to the knees and go up.
Wow.
So it's like very rigorous and
Yeah.
tiresome, and that's what's gonna happen there too. And that usually lasts like 8 hours, and then they drive back to the groom's parents' place, and they have another little ceremony there, and they eat there and stuff. I won't be filming that part. I'll just be filming when they leave. So
So how long is this video going to be whenever you edit it together?
it'll probably just be like, I don't know, 30 minutes at the most, maybe.
Isn't it interesting, like as a filmmaker, like you're expected to be there for 12 hours sometimes, but then you have like a 10-minute video that comes out of it?
Right.
That was what happened when I was there on last Saturday. I shot stuff for an actor, doing barbecue, tasting, and whatnot. We were there for 8-9 hours, if not longer, plus the drive time. It's like, we're going to get a 30-minute video out of this. But you have to be there the whole entire time to capture those right exact moments.
Right.
So you can stitch everything together. Which I don't think people understand about filmmaking. It's not necessarily that, especially nowadays, the equipment's gotten a lot easier to use. In some respects, there's still a lot of complication with filmmaking. But you can do some simple stuff really easily. But it's the time commitment. And it's knowing where to get the shot, make sure it's exposed properly, make sure you get that right shot. And it just takes a long time. That's the reason why it's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, plus you're paying for all the technical skill and acumen that we've all developed over years of practicing. But it's just that time commitment. And that wedding sounds like it's going to be, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time, but it's definitely with less pressure compared to American weddings.
Sure.
Can
you ask people to repeat things?
Maybe not.
Can you like say, hey, I didn't get that bow the first time. Can you do it like 5 more times?
There's no vows.
Bow.
Oh,
bow. The bowing thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Be like, hey, do it again.
No. I'm not going to capture the entire bow stuff. That's going to be tiresome for me. I'll be like, this is boring. So it's mostly my cousin. She wants to capture more of her family side of things.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is, The male goes and buys the wife. That's how
it's an interesting concept that sticks around nowadays.
Yeah.
But, a lot of it's just tradition. Doesn't mean anything. Just traditionally, this is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We won't go into that, though, because I don't know enough about that to comment on it. Beyond saying, interesting.
Right.
Different cultures are interesting.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Speaking of, not cultures, but phrases from Kong that we love to hear. He doesn't know. I wrote that down so I could repeat it back.
I don't know. I usually don't.
That's a good way to be, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that kind of annoys me on sets or just work in general. It's when somebody tries, and I say this because I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. You try and make up an answer because you think you know. It's usually easier just to say, I don't know. Let me go look. Let me go figure that out.
It is.
As opposed to trying to come up with the answer right away.
Right.
And if you're around people that don't respect that kind of response, then maybe you need to rethink where you're at.
Right.
Because, it's a healthy thing to do. And nowadays, it's not like you have to go to the library and research for 10 hours. You can just look it up real quick online and do a little bit of research.
Right.
Autumn, you've been quiet for a little bit. Tell us something.
Well, I was like, that makes sense, but I feel like it could also be like an ego thing as well. It's like, I want you to know that I know this information, even though it's wrong.
Yeah.
So.
My wife would agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I do that a lot.
Yes. Yeah. But it also could just be like a social situation, too, where you want to look bigger in the situation.
Yeah. Well, there's such thing as saving face or making sure that you...
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in charge of a project, you don't necessarily want to be the one be corrected all the time or say I don't know all the time. But
I love those people because if I get to correct them and shove in their face in front of everybody, I do it.
Great. Now I know why Kong says I'm wrong all the time. I'm just joking.
I'm sorry, I've done it to you many times already.
You have.
I just said the exact same thing to the camera.
I had to sit here and be like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The problem here is that Kong is usually right, so it's not a problem, actually. It's a good thing.
I was, on a lot of sets, I'm called the guy in the office, Oscar. Like, actually, it goes like this, it goes like that. Everyone always calls me that. Yeah. Because I correct them. Most of the time.
Well, and you stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
Stuff too. Mike Strain was telling me some stories about you guys working on sets together and you standing up for him and making sure he was taken care of. And I mean, that's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
In any job, you have to make sure you take care of each other.
And I have learned a lot from you. So just by you doing that.
Good.
Kong, you're amazing. All right. I think that may be the best way to end this. We'll put like a close up on Kong, a little heart around him. Of course, Kong's editing this, so who knows what he'll do. Anything else you guys want to mention? We're at about between 15 and 20 minutes. Now we started recording and then had to focus on things. So, anything else you want to chat about?
No.
I'm liking this set right here. This is pretty nice.
Next week I'm shooting something very stupid.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if I talked about it. I think we have when we're talking about making something. Character named Mingo Slice.
I haven't heard this one yet, no.
So I wrote the script super long ago. And it's like we're interviewing this fake rapper, right? His name is Mango Slice.
Oh, Mango Slice.
Mango Slice.
I do vaguely recall this, but please keep telling. Please tell the audience.
And it's going to be he's just going to talk about, his skills, whatever, and why he does this, does that. And it's going to be super stupid. It's a 3-page script. It's just going to be something fun because we've been doing a lot of 10 pages script or whatever and just kind of serious projects. I was like, let's just make something for fun before we all graduate, and this is what it's going to be. Something silly.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like that. Mango Slice, people. It's going to be the next big thing.
The other day I was.
Autumn's trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
I can just see it's like.
The other day I was like I was messaging the actor, right, which is gonna be Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I typed it wrong. It said mayo slice. And then I was like, that's hilarious. That's the next one.
It could be a string of rappers with the slice as the last name. Oh goodness! And I just hit my mic multiple times. Sorry, Con.
But
well, I like it.
yeah.
That's a good way to end this. All right.
Yeah.
Just about anything. We'll be back again in next month, maybe sooner. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll see. Exactly. Maybe later.
Sure.
Autumn's trying to be cool.
Yeah.